The ground looks ordinary from up here. Runways like graphite lines, the Potomac curling like black ribbon. But when your wheels kiss this runway, you're landing on centuries. Some of it proud, some of it brutal, and some of it refuses to stay quiet. Mission log. Episode 1 was the launch from Tampa International Airport. Episode 2, insertion at Ronald Reagan National Airport. Where the coffee's overpriced, the metro is dangerously convenient, and the past is anything but past. Before jetways and pretzels, this was Abingdon Plantation, home ground for the Custis family, tied by marriage to Martha Washington. The ruins still exist between parking garage A and parking garage B-C. There are markers, preserved foundations, and those boxwoods people double take at as they drive past. Airports don't usually have colonial archaeology in the car rental loop, but DCA does. The site's interpretation today includes new signage naming enslaved people who lived and labored here, a step toward telling the whole story. Now we'll keep the lore separate from what historians can prove. Where records are clear, we'll say so. Where stories live in whispers, we'll mark them lore. DCA has known tragedy. One of the early headline disasters was Eastern Airlines Flight 537 in 1949, a mid-air collision on approach that killed 55. The tower could see the impact. The region never forgot. The crash most people know is Air Florida Flight 90, January 13th, 1982. Moments after takeoff, the 737 struck the 14th Street Bridge and plunged into the icy Potomac. 74 aboard, 5 survivors, 7 vehicles hit on the bridge. Every winter wind over this water feels heavier after that day. And in January 2025, a regional jet on approach and a U.S. Army Black Hawk helicopter collided over the Potomac near DCA. 67 souls lost. The NTSB's investigation has dominated Washington's air safety conversation ever since. Now, for the stories that live between coffee and sunrise, these are the lore bits, shared by workers, passed in break rooms, and filed under no comment by officials. The Ghost Garden. Ground crews joke that the Abingdon boxwoods watch the taxiway at night. Lights flicker, radios burp static right beside the foundation outline. George in the old tower. A calm voice that sometimes reads weather you didn't ask for, especially on wild wind nights. Controllers leave a coffee in the abandoned cab for luck. Runway river lights. Pilots call them Custis's lanterns. White points pacing a southbound takeoff, vanishing at 1,500 feet. Carousel 6's vanishing roller bags. Tagless, unclaimed, gone by inventory day. If you've got a source or first-hand account, drop it below in the comments. We'll mark anything verified in a pinned comment later. Have you seen something strange at DCA? Add it to the case file in the comments. And if haunted infrastructure is your love language, subscribe. TNP Covert Ops logs new ops every week. We're on business. DCA's approach skates the no-fly zones and rides the Potomac's bend. That bend once served Abingdon's river life, trade on good days, attempted escapes on desperate ones. The airport adds plaques and exhibits. The city adds memorials. The river keeps its own council. Abingdon exhibits, markers exist. Specific escape episodes aren't documented in the airport materials. This presidential airport is a palimpsest. New names written over old ground. If your cabin lights flicker on final, maybe that's just the dimmer. Or maybe it's history tapping the window to remind you every landing here crosses more than air.